Hi and welcome to my channel, That's So Blessing. Today we're doing the frontal wig install of your dreams. No glue, no gel, no hassle, but all the scalp realness. Stay tuned. We're going to start by sectioning off the hair into thirds, creating a part that goes across the nape, and that will be our anchor braid. Our cornrows are going to start off vertical and then they're going to go backward, and we're going to connect the ends of the cornrows as often as we can so there is less to sew down at the end. I'm finished with the first section and this is what it looks like. You should have something that looks similar to this, and this is that anchor braid in the back that I was telling you about. We're going to mirror the other side. We're going to do it the exact same way. Now that our side sections are done, we're going to start in the middle. She did request the middle part, so I am making sure to part right down the middle to make sure that there's no cornrow in her middle part, because that can create a hump and we don't want that. Basically going to cornrow the middle section going straight back, and we're still going to connect the ends as often as possible. When you are connecting the ends, you don't want to overextend the hair in the opposite direction of where it's hanging. So you want to get to a point where you can kind of just guide the end of the other cornrow that you're connecting into the one that you're currently working on without causing too much tension. I was feeling pretty adventurous this day. I made her middle cornrows a lot bigger than what I normally would go for. I just felt like in my heart of hearts that I could pull it off, and we did, especially because the wig that she's getting put on is curly. When you get down to that last cornrow, it does get a little tricky because you're going to have to tuck so many ends into that one cornrow. But if you're not able to, just braid all the cornrows to the end and then sew them up. After connecting a million cornrows into that last cornrow, I was able to end up with just one end, and I just kind of sewed that up where it fits seamlessly. I customized the frontal wig off camera. That's something that I would typically do ahead of time. Staying organized really is the key. I'm going in with the spritz along the hairline in order to hot comb those hairs backward, just so I can really see what I'm doing, seeing if anything needs to be tweezed, and I also start thinking of where I want to place my baby hairs. This is the foundation we're going to be using today. It's the Ruby Kisses. I think it's the cream to powder. It's the palette where they have two shades in one palette. I'm applying a whole lot of that because her lace is transparent and she's dark skinned. So I'm putting it on the inside of the lace as well as the outside of the lace. I'm sealing that foundation in with the Got To Be Freeze Blasting Spray. If you've been cutting your lace in a straight line, I want you to stop and try this technique. Cut it really, really jagged. Try not to cut too much of the hairs off, but literally just go in up, down, up, down, up, down in kind of a zigzag motion. It makes the lace a lot more undetectable. I don't think you can really tell, especially since there's foundation on the hair, but I'm cutting into the hairline, just not very deep. I'm not leaving excess lace on there. When you're done cutting, it should look something like this, nice and jagged. We're doing a fitting. I'm checking to see where her ears are, and I'm going to cut slits. The slits are not deep, just little notches right above where her ear starts. I'm fitting her for her elastic band. There's not a whole lot of method to the madness. I just want it tight enough, but not tight enough to give her a headache. I'm burning the end so the elastic doesn't fray. So that's the slit that I cut. I'm going to sew next to it. I'm not going to sew the elastic band into the slit. I'm going to leave a little bit of space and then I'm going to sew. I'm going to do 2 rows of stitches. So I'm going to go one direction to the end and then I'm going to come back and I should finish where I started. Okay, so not exactly 2 rows, but I'm going over twice. Like I'm just making sure it's super reinforced, nice and strong. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm checking the fit of the elastic band. It looks like it needs to be a little tighter. So I'm going to cut some of that elastic off so it's shorter. That's how much I took off. And then I'm going to sew it down again and hope that it's a better fit. It is a good fit, so we're going to move on. I'm just cutting her ear tabs. I'm basically going in the shape of her ear. She does want to be able to remove her wig every night, so we're not going to be doing any stitching today. We're going to move right on to styling. She needed a little bit more foundation in her hairline, so I put some more in there, and now I'm just setting my foundation. I hot combed her part, and now I'm doing my baby hairs. The setting foam I'm using is Nairobi, Nairobi. You can probably get it from the supply store. I typically get mine from Amazon. Now that I'm happy with my baby hairs, I'm going to go ahead and tie her down so we can go ahead and dry them in place. I'm tying her down with an elastic band. But before I stick her under the dryer, I'm going to go ahead and define her curls. I went in with some water and then the Cantu coconut curling cream. There isn't a specific time that they need to be under the dryer. When the hairline is dry, they're done. This is our finished result. I am in love. I really like how this came out. I hope y'all did too, but like, hold on. I'm about to show you what it looks like when I part through it. This is like low-key a T-part wig. So as you can see, when I part on the side, it's only like 2 inches, but it's still giving scalp. For whatever reason, when stylists be sticking the rat tail under the lace, y'all be going crazy. So I did that for y'all. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you in the comments.
I